I liked Man of Constant Sorrow. My grandparents had that, and they would play it when they were like smoking cigarettes in the car, and they were driving us around.
Me too.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
To this day, I smell one of those cigs. Like that's why I have no aversion to the smell of cigarettes. Is it just reminds me of being around my grandparents when I was little. They reeked of cigs. Sometimes they'd smoke with the windows down, when we were in the car.
You mean up?
Or up, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Down is a little more acceptable.
I had only been in a car one time with a smoker who smoked with the windows up. I got a ride home from school with a friend, and his mom smoked in the car with the fucking windows up, and we were in the back of the car, and I was just thinking like, this is insane. Like I was like 14 or 15, but even then I was like, this is insane. Like, is she attacking us with smoke on purpose? Like, this is what y'all live with? Because my dad smoked my whole childhood, but he had the window down. It was out the window. Like, I never remember smelling smoke or being bothered by smoke as a child once ever. They never smoked indoors. My mom smoked
they smoked indoors all the time. My grandparents.
I remember my mom smoking maybe a little bit when I was a little kid, but she quit and never smoked again. My dad vapes now. He smoked for his whole life, and then he's been vaping for 3 or 4 years now or something like that. No, knock on wood, but he's in his 70s and no lung cancer, no lung damage whatsoever. He smoked a pack of Marlboro Reds every fucking day. Ooh. My entire life.
Those are heavy.
Yeah.
I remember my mom would get mad at my grandma and grandpa for smoking in the car with us. And she'd be like, Mom, you at least have to have the windows down. And I remember the degree to which my grandma would roll the window down was almost laughable. It was like a half inch, and she would just occasionally stick her cigarette out to let it ash by the wind and then keep smoking. And I was like, this isn't effective enough. We need a little more circulation here.
What is she afraid of?
By today's standards, smoking in someone else's car is highly offensive.
It was her car.
No one would ever do it without asking, though. Yeah, no one would do that without asking.
When I was a kid, some smokers would assume it was okay to smoke. That they might ask you for an ashtray in your house.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. But I would. It's not that I don't mind. I don't mind being in a car with people smoking. I don't want you to smoke in my car. But I have had people smoke in my car, and I've smoked in my car, and nobody ever did it without fucking asking. Even if I was smoking, they would ask if they could smoke. That's the way. That's the way this works. You don't know. Maybe I've got a special smoking technique I'm doing over here to make sure you didn't smell like smoke when you got in, did you? Yeah, I have a technique. I have a maneuver. All right. Air conditioning off. Windows going down to 2.5 inches. The cigarette stays right here. I'm puffing and blowing. The window vent, the vents are closed. It can't even suck that air in.
Yep. There you go.
There you go.
You had quite the system.
Do, Taylor.
Well, I'll tell my grandma of 30 years ago to implement that system.
Tell her. When did you stop smoking?
Cigarettes?
Yeah, we never do.
I mean, if I were on an airplane and they were special promotion, we're giving you one of these little Camel packs with 4 cigarettes and a lighter or a book of matches, I'd be like, one in Rome. So I would 100% smoke.
Or what if we
feels pretty nice.
Here, I think that's definitely a sign of someone who's still a smoker and always will be. I would do the same. Yeah. What if we were in some sort of a scenario where the ship's going down? Hey guys, the captain here, want to let you know we sprung a leak and the radio's out and the water's 28 degrees and the giant squids live in these waters, so they're going to take us down even if you're Lance Armstrong and you're impervious to the cold. So prepare for your deaths. And somebody's passing out Marlboro Reds. I'm going to burn one of those Marlboro Reds.
I'm going to beat that guy up and take 5.
I would not.
Woody doesn't want that.
I don't want it. My last cigarette was 43 years ago. I broke into a dead person's house, and
he was alive at the time, maybe?
No, he was dead before I got there.
Okay.
Was it Dracula?
It was a dead person's house. It was falling apart. We busted a window, I think. No, there was a hole in the roof that we were able to crawl through.
Oh, okay.
There was a hole in the roof that we went in and we climbed into the house, and they had cigarettes and lighters, and we all had our first cigarette.
What
Were
kind was
these,
it? Do you
like,
recall?
old cigarettes?
It
then?
might have been a Marlboro. Well,
They
yeah, it
would've
was
been old,
probably the
right?
70s, 80s. But
Like there
how
was
old
a
was the
pack of like
cigarette?
half. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
all right,
I bet
so
the cigarette was almost a year old. Is that old?
Can I tell you,
Ooh.
you've never smoked a cigarette because tobacco is moist a little bit.
Mhm.
It crackles and has a romantic, deep, delicious taste to it sometimes.
Well,
when
imagine
you-
it being summertime
dry and scratchy and
in a
burning really
home
bad.
where there is no separation between inside and outside.
Yeah.
It's not that dry.
Guys, we shouldn't be doing this close to the body. Like at least
My friend stole a shirt. It was a red and black flannel shirt, and because it was
Yeah.
a dead man shirt. And I always envied, like, "Ooh, he's wearing a dead man shirt. That's like the coolest shirt ever."
What?
Yeah.
I'll
Did he
never
wear it
clean
to
it.
school? Like, did he wear it after that to school or something? You're like, he's wearing old dead Jim's shirt.
Yeah, yeah. He wore it on top of his other shirt. Like it was a flannel, right? Like you could put it on top of a t-shirt, especially at
This
the
sounds
time.
y'all were in some kind of a gang. I feel like how much breaking and entering were you doing?
The
How much
Mindy
robbing
Drive
the
kids,
dead
we
for
were kind of
trophies?
badass.
When did you stop robbing the dead for trophies? What do you say? Me and Taylor talking about our nasty
like
little habit of tobacco, and you're over here robbing graves.
Kyle, didn't you smoke menthols when you smoked?
Oh yeah, always menthols. Yeah.
Not
think they're
Cools or
better.
Newports. Were they Marlboro
I started
menthol?
with Cools back in the day when I was like 19 or 20 and I first started. I smoked Cools with a K, and everybody that I worked with was black. So if you were going to bum a cigarette, it was going to be a menthol, usually a Newport. And if you were going to loan a cigarette, which was a good way to make friends if you're all like hanging out,
Sure.
it'd be nice if it was a menthol too. And I just liked that instead of tasting like tobacco, they tasted like spearmint. I don't know. I thought it was good. Later on, I switched to Marlboro Smooths, which I still maintain is the most delicious of all cigarettes.
Marlboro Smooths. Are those the 27s?
No, that's a different thing.
Okay.
Marlboro Smooths are peppermint flavored cigarettes.
I liked menthols just fine. But I remember a friend of mine in college was like a complete brat for parliaments, and all he'd want to smoke were parliaments. And
my Russian buddy smoked those. Yeah.
yeah. And like when I was like trying to buy cheaper cigarettes, I found out that like Pall Mall Blues ain't nothing wrong with that. Those are those are the lights. Like, so in college, like I'd buy Pall Mall Blues sometimes. Those weren't bad. They weren't bad at all. Still tasted nice. Look at you over there putting on airs.
I mean,
or I would get if they
Pall
had
Malls are the
sometimes
high
Camel
points of cigarettes. Okay, like you're risking cancer for your vice. How about
There's an
No,
explosive
the-
in every fifth one.
No, you are wrong. The high point of cigarettes are Edgefield.
the high point of cigarettes actually is when you start rolling them yourself. That guy Chuck that worked for my dad, that was essentially a homeless man who happened to have a place to stay.
Mhm.
Like he'd always roll them himself. And where he would hold the cigarette, his fingers had yellowed like so dramatically that you'd spot it easily. Not like if you look under a certain light, if he
Mhm.
really showed, like you just like, hey man, look at his fingers, they're all stained orange. You'd be like, fuck, like
Did he make his
immediately.
own cigarettes to save money? I've never heard of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so you can buy cigarettes are
way
expensive.
cheaper.
A
Way
pack of
cheaper.
cigarettes at this time that I'm talking about was probably about $5 a pack, $5.50 a pack. They're closer to 10 in most places now, $6, $7, $8, something like that. He would buy 2 pounds of tobacco for like $20 or something and just roll them himself. I think you get around a lot of the taxes. I think a lot of the tobacco taxes aren't necessarily on tobacco, loose tobacco, as they are on cigarettes. So you're able to like skip the
Mhm.
tax man, which is a huge portion of the cost. So he'd roll them himself.
I do that with condoms. They're like $1 or $2 each. They don't tell you though. Latex gloves have 5 condoms.
What are you stopping by college campuses?
Oh, you're wasting money on latex gloves. You got to get it cheap. You got to get it
I-
cheap. You know, cheap
oh.
cuts are fucking free. They throw them away.
Kyle, I'm leaving money on the table. I just looked up what states have the cheapest cigarettes. Number 1 is Missouri.
How much is a pack of cigarettes there in Missouri?
Apparently now a pack of cigarettes is average $8 a pack, $8.01 a pack.
National average?
Let's see. National average for a pack of cigarettes.
New York back in the day was like 10 or 15, and my
National average is $10.15.
$10 for a pack
Crazy.
of cigarettes, and people spend that every day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
people smoke
depends on
2
their
packs a
smoking
day. I
pattern.
mean, some people smoke 2 a day.
That's a lot.
Is a pack a day like a normal smoker? Maybe a little less.
It's
Like
pretty heavy.
That's heavy.
that's pretty
yeah.
heavy. Okay.
Pack a
Okay.
day is pretty heavy. Like,
Yeah, that's 20 a
you
day.
know.
Like that's
Yeah,
you got to be carving out time for 20 a
so
day.
like, I didn't like cut myself off at any point, and I didn't like try to reach a minimum every day, but just based on my lifestyle and how much I was outside or doing things that I like to smoke alongside, I would smoke about half a pack most days. But then like there'd be one day where like maybe you were outside working all day long, or you were just with other smokers, and occasionally I'd smoke a whole pack, and I would feel like noticeably worse. It was like, oh, a pack is hard to filter. Like my
Is it-
filter can.
Your lungs felt worse, or like
Yeah.
you were a little tuckered out, or like headachy?
Lungs.
Just lungs.
Lungs after like a pack a day.
For me, I would like if I smoked like because again, like if you're at an outside bar in college and like you're around a bunch of smokers and they're just chain smoking and you're chain smoking, you'd like go home that evening and brush your teeth, and like even after brushing your teeth, you'd go to bed and wake up the next morning and you'd have that like you'd have a taste of like, oh yeah, I had 16 cigarettes last night. That makes sense why my mouth tastes bad.
It's like
must
that
have
when I go to the
tasted like
glory
cigarettes
holes.
all the time.
Yeah. When Woody sucks 16 cocks the next morning.
My mom watches this show. Why do I make these jokes?
All right. Let's
Big shout out.
4 cocks.
Woody's mom.
Sorry.
Sometimes I
Four. It
want to
was-
explain jokes just like, Mom, crossfaded is when you do pot and alcohol at the same time.
Yeah.
She wouldn't know that, most likely.